pit where the Hawkeyes are ready to swarm. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Hoosiers will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Iowa's offense will go on the attack first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense, is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense, their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day 1 install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got the first down, looking for more. What a run to get them into enemy territory, and he's out of bounds at the 40.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Hawkeyes are on the move. Caught in the backfield, it's Gill. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Trying play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
And he missed it. No good. After the miss, no change in the score. So Indiana's offense will have its first possession of the game. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays, try to play a little bit deeper than normal, sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Motion from the back. 3rd down play from the gun. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Wants to bring it back. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
And the Hoosiers get the first down.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed, to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. They've got the screen set up. Lots of running room. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. It's complete to the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. Always a treat to be here at Iowa and take part in a special moment. Hope these kids enjoy the rest of the game as we play on into the second quarter. From the gun, running back gets to give. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Got it in the middle. It's Williams. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The play action fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking downfield on first down. Steps away to find some room. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Working the middle, it's complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
you hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
Quick completion on the out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Hawkeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to look downfield again. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. They're setting up the screen. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy this defense has got to be ready for.
And the Hawkeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Makes the grab. It's Phillips. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route, and because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Turning it on. Makes it past the marker. He's out of bounds a little bit short of the 40-yard line. Let's mark it at the 38, and the running game doing work.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Under fire. Caught over the middle, it's Williams. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub, they want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
The Hoosiers in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Makes the grab over the middle. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And you got man-to-man coverage. You're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there. But does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Gets it out fast. Push down for the tackle.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second and 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Pocket breaking down. Grab over the middle. It's Cooper. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a fourth and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, fourth down, offense has to make a decision.
And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He splits the uprights. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Iowa City. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to Duke Slater Field at Kinnick Stadium.
The Hawkeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. The quick out. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Looking to throw for it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
That is a great response by this defense. You know you went into the half, you made some adjustments, talked about, listen, we're not down that much, we're very much in this game, but it starts with the first possession. And how about the first play, they get a sack?
rushers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
And here comes the offense on second down. Finds the tight end. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Going to run it. It's Moulton. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Creates a little room. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
There's so many of these read plays with quarterbacks because they're so smart and they're so athletic now. He makes the correct read, the correct decision, goes and gets the first down, new set of downs. Great job by the quarterback.
And the Hawkeyes are rolling down the field. Off the RPO, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. It is good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. This drive will open from the 15. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience, bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Finds a little space. It's a seam wide open. And he's brought down after a nice game. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pass rush. Gets there. Gets home. Gets him down at the 23.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it. Got in the backfield. Got the big play.
And the Hoosiers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Makes the grab. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Give to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Dang, that's unfortunate. I wish I could say I've never seen that before, but I've seen Reese run routes. You know, when we go to all these different stadiums and call these games, we go in the field and do a spin session before the game. That looked just like Reese Davis.
Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Brady. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Clock strikes 0 here in the quarter, and Indiana is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Gets it out quickly. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They want to throw it. A little screen to the running back. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26.
Everything went right on that play except the receiver going out of bounds. It's late in the 4th. You've got the lead. You're just trying to bleed the clock as much as possible. Just got to have better awareness on the field.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Quarterback on the keeper. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Good timing on the quick out. Turning on the Jets. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Enormous play coming right here. Third down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. He'll keep it himself. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
He is stopped short, and isn't that going to make things interesting? Wants to go up top on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grab behind the line. It's Moulton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Leaves it with the running back. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Yeah, in this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down, we're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first down. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Gill.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Hawkeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Unloads quickly. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
And, man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. To the air, it's Mendoza. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Hemby. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give, and tick, 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 tick. They stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Hoosiers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to try to pop one on the screen across the 25. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone. And the Hoosiers are marching down the field. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
To the air, it's Mendoza. Got his man quickly. He stopped right at the 15-yard line. Needed a little bit more to move the chains. Chip shot field goal from here, but will they go for it on 4th down? It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. Oh, the attempt is no good. After the miss, the lead still at 11.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
The Hawkeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. Gets it out just short of the 20. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line and a little more room to operate. After this, it'll be a wrap. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. And the pass is incomplete, and that's going to be the final play as this game is over.